today we have. Okay, so starts just like the way it started yesterday. We have two simplifications. So you're going to have your reference sheet plus your memories of us doing all these problems. How do you think we might want to start with the first one?
Write it horizontally and change them.
Write it horizontally and change them. Very good. So cosecant divided by secant. And then when you say change them, what's cosecant?
1 over sine.
1 over sine. Very good. What is secant? 1 over cosine. Perfect. Now, we have a fraction divided by a fraction. Keep change flip. So 1 over sine times cosine over 1. Now, a lot of times when we do that, things cancel. Not this time though, right? Nothing cancels. So what am I going to end up with? When I multiply, this is a multiply, straight across, what am I going to end up with?
Cosine over sine.
Cosine over sine.
Cotangent.
Now, if you leave it cosine over sine, you're okay. But some of you noticed on one of the quizzes I turned back, that if you actually reduce that down and say cotangent, you might get a little bit of bonus for that. That's what it is, right? Cosine over sine is cotangent. You good on that one? Okay. What about this one now? What are we going to do with this? So I hear Olivia saying there is a relationship between sine squared and cosine squared. They got to be squared. So there's nothing to do with the denominator. But what is cosine squared the same as? 1, or actually it's not 1. It's sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. So if we got this by itself, move this guy over here, what does cosine squared equal?
1 minus cosine squared.
1 minus sine
Means
squared?
sine squared.
So I'm going to change my numerator into 1 minus sine squared. Now wait a second.
Cancel.
No, you can't cancel.
Yeah.
You can't cancel until you factor. Can you factor 1 minus sine squared? It's the difference of squares. And how do we factor the difference of squares? 1 minus sine, 1 plus sine. Once you have factored, then you can cancel. So the answer ends up being just 1 plus sine. I want you to be really careful, guys, because if you had something like this, please do not try to cancel anything at this point. You cannot cancel when you have pluses and minuses unless you factor first. With that top factor, it's the difference of squares. How would that factor? Sine plus 2, sine minus 2. Yep. Then you can cancel. But please don't cancel when there are adds and subtracts in the problem. Be sure that you factor first. All right, number 2, solve the triangle. Kids, I know those are scary. I know that first section, those simplifies are scary. You just gotta give it your best shot. You've known how to factor the difference of squares since freshman year. It's easy. Factor the difference of squares and then cancel. No problem. All right, here we go. Solve the following triangle. You have a list over here of all the stuff you need. All of these blanks are the same number of points, but one of them is easier than the others. What's the easy one?
C is 49 degrees.
We know angle C has to be what you say, 49?
Yep.
And how do we know angle C is 49?
180.
They got it added to 180. Now, as soon as you wrote that 49 down, I hope something caught your eye. I hope you noticed this right here. Because what does that tell me? I'm going to use the law of signs. Whenever you have a pair like this, a C and a C, you know both of these numbers, or both of these, or both of these, then you're going to use the law of signs. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, why do I want to set that equals? Sine 49 over 10 equals sine 73 over B. And the reason I'm standing here kind of throwing my arms around is because it doesn't matter, right? We're going to have to do both. So sine 49 over 10 equals sine 58 over A. You have to do both. Because you need both sides. Alright, so I'll go ahead and set one up, but I'm not going to do both of them. We're getting good at this. You should be able to type this in without my help. So there's B. 10 sine 73 close parentheses divided by sine 49. For B, side B, did you get 12.67? Now make sure when you transfer that over to the answer blanks that you put it in the B spot. That's little b. All right, do exactly the same thing and find little a. Has anybody done that yet?
9.97. 9.97.
9.97? Confirmation from someone?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, are we okay with that, guys? Solving the triangle, law of signs, because we had this. Because problem B is another solve the triangle. But this one's a little bit different. Do I know this? No. Do I know this? No. Do I know this? No. So therefore, I will not be doing the law of signs. So therefore, what will I be doing? The only other option, law of cosines. So my angle's 53, so out here I'm going to put cosine 53. This is e squared. And then in the middle, 16 squared plus 10 squared minus 2 times 16 times 10. Yesterday, the one we did was more complicated than this. This is like was on your quiz. Can we just type this in? Yeah, you can just type that in because the variable's over here. Your job is to get the variable by itself. It's already by itself. So just type it in. What is the only extra that you do need to remember? Square root it. I got 12, for E, I got 12.78.
Yep.
Now you have a little skip in your step Because if you're labeling your actual triangle, you notice now, what do you have?
Pair.
Now you have a pair. So now we can go back to our law of sines. Use your pair, always start with your pair. So sine 53 over 12.78 equals, I don't know, sine D over 10. So Kishad, this is going to be a situation where I am going to have to second. Because look what I'm looking for. I'm trying to find angle D. That's when we have to second. Whenever we need an angle, when we're solving using our calculator to find an angle. So second sine 10 sine 53 close parentheses divided by 12.78 equals, I got 38.68. And then I got 88.32 for F. How do those look? Uh-oh, did I make a mistake? No one's saying anything. Yeah, we're good. So I used the law of sines to find D, then I had two angles, so I just subtracted from 180 to get F. Is that okay? All right, now how many triangles are possible? Well, what are the possible answers? 0, 1, or 2. All right, so if you're going to guess, well, first of all, you have to show work. But if you are going to guess, don't guess anything other than 0, 1, or 2, because that's all it could possibly. All right, so here we go, problem 3A. See this right here? That's my clue. Sine 73 over 6 equals sine S over 9. So this is going to be another one where we have to second. So we'll cross multiply. Second sine, 9 sine 70, oh, this looks like it might be problematic. Did you get an error? Yes. So what does that mean about this first one? No triangles possible. Because when you type this in on your calculator, twice for safekeeping, it gave you an error. Alright, that's easy. Next. Same exact situation, same exact setup, sine 52 over 16 equals sine S over 18. All right, see if you can do that one by yourself. You're going to cross multiply and divide, and then you're going to second sine something. You're either going to get an answer or not. Did you get an answer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was it?
62.44.
62.44?
Yep.
All right, somebody got 62.44. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Now, immediately then, I want you to consider another triangle, but the new angle C is going to be 180 minus that. Whatever you got originally, your second potential angle is 180 minus it. So 180 minus that would be 117.56. Okay, and then we say to ourselves, well, can I have 117 in the same triangle with the original 52? Would that be okay? Yes. When is it not okay? When it makes more than 180 with the original angle, okay? This one doesn't. So how many triangles are possible here? 2. They're both possible. And when I grade your paper, I'm going to be looking for those 2 numbers, because those are the 2 possible answers, right? Angle C or angle S. I'm mixing up my letters here, whatever. Angle, whatever that is, can be either 62 or 117. So 2 triangles possible. Perfect. One more. We're going to do exactly the same thing. You're going to show whatever cross multiply steps you need to show. You show all your work. I got an answer, did you? 50.60. So immediately I draw a second triangle with the 75, the 8, and the 10. But then this angle right here would have to be 29.4. Wait a second. Can that be 129 if the original angle over here is 75? No. So that one doesn't work, and this one has 1 possible triangle. Everybody okay with that? All right, page 2. Find the area of the following triangles. Okay, well you kind of just did this on your quiz, so let's review this again. Taking a look at the first triangle, I'm in number 4 now, part 4. Taking a look at the first triangle and knowing that your job is to find area, what might be your best plan?
Out of all sides.
Find the perimeter, which is 18. And then the semi-perimeter is 9. So we're going to set up our Hero's Formula radical. Under the radical, we're going to start with that 9. Right? And then we do 9 minus 7, 9 minus 6, and 9 minus 5. In whatever order you want. And my area came out to be 14.70. Nine minus each of these numbers. Uh-oh, B looks a little bit harder here. Okay, my job is find area. What's unsettling me a little bit in this problem? I only have 1 side. All right, stop guys. How do we find area? We either use all 3 sides like we did here, right? Or what's our other way? 1/2 side, side, sine. Well, guess what? I don't have enough sides. So I can't even do this problem until I find another side. Alright, let's take a look at what we've got. Does anything occur to you when you look at that?
Other angles 45.
The other angle is 45. And that really makes my life good because look what I have now. So I'm going to do the law of sines to find another side. Okay? Do we care what side we find? We're either going to find C or we're going to find S. Pick one. C? Alright, we're going to find side C. So our law of sines is going to say sine 45 over 15 equals sine 63 over C. Okay, type that in. Figure out what C is. I need to know what C is. Oh, that can't be right. Oh, that's what happened. Okay, so. I got 18.90. On my second try. All right, everybody okay with that? Now, can I find the area? Remember, that was my job, to find the area. 1/2 side times side times sine of the angle in between the sides. So since I use 15 and 18, I'm gonna have to use 72. You have to use the angle that's between the sides. Okay, everybody's really quiet all of a sudden. Are we firing on all cylinders here? 134.81. Is that right? Back when we picked side C, we had a choice. We could have picked side S. If we would have picked side S, then it would have been 1/2, 15, this, sine 63. Right? That'd be the angle between the sides. All right, last one. Wow, this is super simple after what we just did. Why is this one so super simple? We got what we want, right? We got what we need. So it's 1/2, 11, 10, sine 100. This is like that one and that one were on your quiz. This one wasn't, but this one will be on the test. All right, so here we go. 1/2 times 11. 43.92. That page better be an A+ for everybody. That page of the test. Last page. There are 4 word problems on this practice, but the test will only have there will only be 3 word problems on your test. But we'll practice all 4. Find the area of a regular pentagon inscribed in a circle with a radius of 10 feet. Okay, so first of all, we have a circle. And inside of it, we have a pentagon. What does that mean, pentagon? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hash marks. Connect my hash marks. There's my pentagon. The radius of the circle, which goes from a center to a hash, is 10 feet. And in fact, all of the radii would be 10 feet. Would everybody be in agreement? So all these lines I just drew are 10s. My job is to find the area. See this little triangle right here? Everything would be perfect if I knew this angle, because then I could do 1/2 side, side, sine. Do I know that angle? Well, actually, I think I do. I can figure it out. Because what's the relationship between this, and this? Aren't they all equal? And look at when I did it. Do. Aren't I going around a circle? So they're gonna add up to 360, and there's 5 of them, and they are equal
72.
72. Now the area of the triangle is 1/2 10 sine 72. But the area of the pentagon will be that number times 5. 5 times the triangle. So 1/2 times 10 times sine 72 equals, and then times 5. So I got 237.76 square feet. On your word problems, be sure you put a unit, and remember that area is always square whatever. Square inches, square feet, square miles, square centimeters, whatever. All right, what do you think about that, folks? Are you on target there? You with me? Everything good? Okay. Number 2, find the area of a parallelogram whose sides measure 10 and 16, and the large angle, so you have 2 angles here, the large one is 104. Which, by the way, who remembers what that tells me about the little one? What's the relationship between these two? 1 to add up to 180. So I don't know if I'll need it or not, but I'm gonna write it down. That little one's 76. They're gonna give you one of the angles. You can always find the other one because it's 180 minus whatever they gave you. All right, now what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to find the area. So think about this, we did it in our notes. What do you suggest we do if we're gonna find the area? Split it up into triangles, right? Now, it doesn't matter which way you go, I'm gonna erase my 76 and split it this way. There's a triangle, would you agree with me? And the area of that triangle is 1/2 10 times 16 times sine 104. So I can get that number, but that isn't the answer to the question. The area of the parallelogram is 2 triangles, so whatever you get when you type that in, hit times 2. And that should be the area of your parallelogram. 155.25 square centimeters. Anybody else get that? Okay, we're doing great. All right, find the length. Okay, so we're going back to this parallelogram. Same parallelogram. This is 104, this is 76, this is 10, this is 16. And I want to find the length of the shorter diagonal. So come on, use your common sense. You've got this diagonal, the red one that I drew. Like you also could have drawn the blue one. And isn't the blue one shorter? So I'm going to get rid of that angle because I'm going to cut it. and I wanna find the length of that blue segment. Now, I'm not finding area, guys. I'm finding a length. So what tools do I have to find length? Either law of sines or law of cosines. So looking at the situation and noticing that you don't have both of these, you don't have both of these, and you don't have both of these, I guess we're gonna need the law of cosines. My angle is 76, so it goes out here. At the other end goes x squared. There's your angle, there's your side. In the middle goes 10 squared plus 16 squared minus 2 times 10 times 16. See how the variable's over here? Perfect. Type it in, square root it, and that's your answer. What do we get? Did you type it in and square root it?
16.69.
16.69, and that was centimeters. Remember, area is squared units, length is just regular units, so it's just plain centimeters. Plumber, did you get 16.69? Perfect. Yeah, it is. Is emergency? All right, hurry up. All right, we have one more problem to go. Number 4. Find the area of a regular decagon. Okay, so I'm erasing our pentagon problem, but we're going to do a decagon problem. And aren't they going to be done very much the same?
Yeah.
What does decagon mean? 10. Alright, connect the dots, hash marks. That's not a very good decagon, but no one cares because we're not, oh my, don't you look cute?
Thank you.
I hope that that isn't why you missed school.
No.
Okay. All right, so now we're going to divide our decagon up into pieces. How many of these triangles will there be? 10, which means my central angle here will be 36. Would everybody agree with that? And I know my radius is 15 inches. So can I find the area of one of my triangles? Area equals 1/2, this is for the triangle. 1/2, 15 times 15 times sine 36. Please don't get excited though and write that down as the answer, because we need the decagon, so that's gonna be 10 times the triangle. I got 661.26 square inches. You okay? All right, let's go back and do a little bit of the practice test that we didn't get to.